Hi parents, this is Mr. Ben, and welcome to my intro to blended learning. I'm delighted that your 5th grade scholars are a part of my class this year. My goal is to boost their academic achievement as well as their overall well-being. I know working with parents as a team is a big part of reaching that goal, so I'm looking forward to partnering with you. Let's go ahead and jump right into the benefits of our design. Our classroom is designed to be highly flexible with pacing. If one student is ahead in math and one is behind, our learning design accommodates both students. Students will have the opportunity to work at their own pace so that they are learning right in their personal challenge zone, not comfort zone or panic zone. Research shows that students do better when they are learning in their zone of proximal development. And that's exactly what I'm striving to make possible for each of your students. I truly believe that every student can learn. My design is also geared to being highly flexible with location. If your child is sick or your family needs to be out of school, your student can continue to make progress. To be clear, I do expect your students to be on campus when school is in session, but if you have some special circumstances or school is moving remote for a period of time, I want to assure you that your students will continue to make academic progress, have fun opportunities for collaboration, and get individual feedback from me. That brings me to the third benefit of my design: individual attention to each of my students. This year, I'll be doing one-on-one check-ins with each student every week. We'll use this time to talk about habits of success, give students strategies to improve their work, and help them problem solve any barriers that might arise. My basketball coach had a big influence on me when I was in school. He stood on the sidelines, watched the game, and then he gave me strategies to improve my game. That's how I plan to coach our class this year. The fourth benefit I want to name is 21st century skills. Your students will be more prepared for the world ahead if they have the opportunity to drive their own learning, they learn to track their own progress, and they learn to work successfully in teams. This year, they are going to develop skills for project management, teamwork, and personal organization that will help them throughout their lives. Let's move forward to our blended learning arc. To reach those benefits I just discussed, we're going to focus on 4 key modalities this year, which basically means 4 different types of learning activities: group discussion, independent work, collaborative work, and one-on-one check-ins. Let me tell you about each one. Each day, we'll start with a group discussion. If we're meeting face-to-face, we'll kick off each day seated in a circle for our opening discussion. If we're meeting remotely, we'll do the discussion on Zoom. My goals for the group discussions will be one of 3 things: connect us as a community, we need to be a team; equip students for their independent and collaborative work. For example, we might talk about the concept of creative problem solving and how to develop that mindset to be prepared to accomplish difficult challenges. And look at an example of excellence to inspire students to greatness. For example, if we're doing a writing project about poetry, we might look at a few examples of world-class poems so that everyone lifts their sights for what's possible. The second modality is independent work. We're using online software to help your students advance academically this year. The great thing about this software is that it adapts to your child's individual level. For math, we're using Imagine Learning and ST Math. For ELA, we're using Lexia, Mayan, and paper books. I'm still looking for the best instructional software for science, social studies, and electives, so stay tuned. Each week, I'll email and text a minimum pacing requirement so you and your students are aware of how much work they should be doing to stay at least on grade level. Of course, they are welcome to Zoom ahead. Also, it's important for you to know that students don't need to keep track of all their login information and passwords for each program. They just need to know how to log into ClassLink, and then from there, they can access Imagine Learning, ST Math, Lexia, and the other programs without signing on again. I'm distributing refrigerator magnets that have your students' login information to ClassLink, so it's always handy for you. Also, our school is working with each family to assess your needs and ensure that each student has a laptop, headsets, and Wi-Fi. Students will have the opportunity to do some collaborative work. One collaborative project every 6 weeks. Up first, we have Pitch the City Council. We'll research local biking trails and design a plan to improve them. Then, we'll pitch our plans live to the City Council through video conference. What will I be doing while students are working? Meeting with them one-on-one. In my meeting with them, I'll be checking in, giving feedback, helping remove roadblocks, discussing strategies, identifying and practicing habits like growth mindset. My goal is to meet with each student at least once a week for 10 minutes. Do you remember meeting one-on-one with your teacher each week? Most people didn't have that opportunity, but it can be so powerful to get individual coaching. So this year, it's a real priority for me. Our blended learning design frees up my time to give students individual customized help. How do we support students through the weekly blended learning arc? It all comes down to norms. Norms are commitments we make to each other. Your students are right now helping me co-create group discussion, digital citizenship, and video conferencing norms. My invitation to you today is to join me in agreeing to what we'll call parent norms. Parent norms are commitments you make about how you will support your student. I'd like to invite you to commit to 6 norms that I have found to be the most helpful. They are especially important for any time that your students are learning from home for extended periods of time. But they also apply when students are in our face-to-face classroom because students need support in order to complete homework and to continue learning when they get home after school. Here are the 6 norms. Model balance, provide time for physical activity and play, plan a basic schedule, keep the ClassLink username and password on hand, ensure students have a tidy, quiet place to work, and maintain two-way communication with me. As we embark on this educational journey together, it's important for us to keep our lines of communication open. In order for us to do that, let's talk through how we will communicate with each other. For our inbound communication, or ways that you can reach me, here's my phone number for phone and text, 224-435-0234. Or you can send me an email at mrben@gmail.com. For the outbound communication, or ways that I will reach out to you, I'll be sending emails in English and Spanish, and I'll also be sending video updates in those emails. As you can see, I've included this information below in Spanish and an example of what a video update might look like. Hello, here's an example of the videos I'll be sending along with the emails. Well, parents, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my intro to blended learning. I look forward to working with you and your 5th grade scholars. Please, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Remember, it's not about being the best, it's about being better than you were yesterday. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.